How frequently have you heard more seasoned ladies on dating apps say, "I know my value, I'm searching for a man to settle down," or "I lack opportunity and energy to mess around, I'm searching for something serious"? Those are typically the words from a lady that went through many years carrying on with her best life or focusing in on her profession, and is currently searching for the great man to save her from passing on alone. Ladies in their early and mid-30s flood in dating applications in order to get any man that varieties and have a degree of solidness to at last spouse them up and turn into their retirement plan. Nevertheless, what they neglect to comprehend is men at that age have been singed so severely by divorces, kid support fights, dry spell relationships, and innumerable dismissals for quite a long time, that men have figured out the game and are declining to settle down with a declining lady. In the past, when most ladies were not in these streets, more seasoned ladies could find men who might wed them because of men being credulous about ladies in the overall sets of laws. Yet when men began to see their companions and family members getting cleared out in the family courts and their purported cherishing spouses betraying them since they were unsettled and for the love of cash, men began to figure out the trickiness of what was happening, and years after came the ones who chose to go their own way movement. This to some degree fixed the confidence of more seasoned ladies who figured they would continuously have their tidy-up man in their back pockets. At the point when you go on dating applications today, there are yet simps offering these more seasoned ladies consideration and approval, despite the fact that that consideration is not even close to the consideration they use to pull in their more youthful years. The issue that more established ladies are confronting is that they are beginning to understand the blunder in following the precept of the womanist development. Men aren't committing any longer. At the point when they were tasting the womanist Kool-Aid, they were informed that a man would continuously be there later on, so it's anything but vital to secure themselves right off the bat with a man. All things considered, center around your work or vocation, while having whatever number intimate capers as could reasonably be expected prior to settling down. What did these ladies choose to do? They chose to set stable men aside for later and go with the folks who they truly needed in order to have them all to themselves. Yet that didn't go as arranged in light of the fact that when virtual entertainment came and dating applications began to become famous, it was the introduction of hookup culture, as far as we know it, and the start of the sluggish passing of dating and relationships. On the off chance that there was no hookup culture, more seasoned ladies could never have been on dating applications paddling to track down a man to focus on them. Simply recall who was answerable for beginning the hookup culture in any case. It wasn't the men, it was the ladies. Independently, ladies obliterated the eventual fate of dating for themselves and the future generation since they needed to get the men they wanted and have some good times. So my inquiry to these more established ladies who assisted with annihilating dating could be, was it truly worth the effort? The miserable part is that the same ladies who assisted with obliterating dating and connections are on dating applications today, grumbling about where every one of the great men have gone. Their little girls who are presently in their late 20s to mid-30s are in a comparable situation searching for a decent man to settle down in the wake of emulating their mother's example of disappointment. The issue is those men are not generally attempting to settle down because of how perilous separation has become, and no man needs to spouse a lady who has been went through by many men. Men don't need a spouse or a sweetheart that is simply dating them, because the different men she preferred didn't want her, and men are done gambling with their cash in retirement for a lady to take all that the man strives to achieve. The ever-increasing number of more seasoned ladies are beginning to understand that men have figured out how to be without them, and are a lot more joyful being distant from everyone else. The more seasoned ladies on dating applications that you see today who continually whine and push off that energy at one point were free and didn't require no man. I need you folks to recollect that these ladies had a long time to have a go at fixing their horrendous ways of behaving and perhaps track down a fair man. Always remember that large numbers of these ladies were once hitched but figured they could step up on their spouses. So they double-crossed their husbands, took his cash and children, and returned into the dating scene figuring they would cut the line of the relative multitude of accessible ladies, and had a top-level man all to themselves. Yet the fact of the matter is frequently horrible in light of the fact that all that anticipated the majority of these post-war ladies was hard solid line, and that is all they got with no responsibility. So never feel frustrated about any of these ladies or attempt to safeguard them since they elected to set themselves in that position, expecting to get a far superior arrangement. Likewise, men who have cash have the choice of dating youthful ladies rather than immature women. So how could men decide to date a more established lady when they can get the ladies thriving that they couldn't get previously, particularly in the present monetary environment where we are expected for another downturn and time is getting hard. Ladies are selling themselves online for a fistful of 20s, so how could a man pay more cash to have a lady who is more awful off truly and is frantic for a responsibility? That has neither rhyme nor reason. Recall, ladies are the ones who cause this on themselves by separating from their spouses for greener fields and to carry on with their best life. So never feel the slightest bit of compassion toward any of these ladies. Continuously save your veins cold and use them for training, and that's it. Focusing on a more established lady who invested many years giving her energy and body to various men and neglected you as a feasible choice, thriving savages, you of being frantic to not make it happen. There is a genuine sense their reality has contracted. Attempting to meet individuals in bars and clubs can embrace a new lease on life game, particularly when you want a solitary companion and a sitter to arrive, yet neither does. Everybody feel that they will track down affection on the web. Susan Broom is an effervescent lady with a prepared snicker, who is 48, single, and has now surrendered, effectively searching for a man, unquestionably on the web. It won't hesitate to concede that she feels the misery of that. I surrendered web dating when I understood it was just more seasoned men who were reaching me, which doesn't actually intrigue me. Gentlemen, keep the ice water siphoning in your heart and carry on with the free specialist way of life. That is the way you will win, assuming you decide to date more established ladies. Men who went their own way and priest mode armed force are winning at present. You try to get powerless and commit. I guarantee you will lament the choice later on in the event that you neglect to keep on the way of being a free specialist. Tap the thumbs up button, buy in, and share the video. Recollect, gentlemen, an unmarried lady past the age of 32 is a warning.